Today, we're bringing you a story from Korea that will make your blood boil. One photo found on a husband's phone changed everything. The woman in that photo was none other than her best friend of 10 years. The woman at the center of today's story is Se-yeon, a beauty YouTuber. She had built a loving audience by sharing sweet, everyday moments with her husband. Then, one evening, her husband left his phone behind while he stepped into the shower. It buzzed, and the single message that lit up the screen shattered her entire world. Se-yeon was 32 years old and 4 years into her marriage. Her husband Jung-hyuk was a mid-level manager at a reputable company. Hardworking, kind, and attentive. He made occasional appearances on her channel and had become known among her fans as the ideal husband. Every weekend they grocery shopped together. He helped with her filming. On every anniversary, he wrote her a handwritten letter. Se-yeon always told herself she was one of the lucky ones. Se-yeon had a best friend from college named Hae-yoon. They started as dormitory roommates and stayed close long after graduation, meeting up every single week. When Se-yeon first launched her YouTube channel, it was Hae-yoon who designed her thumbnails. At Se-yeon's wedding, it was Hae-yoon who gave the toast. Se-yeon once described Hae-yoon as the only person who was always truly on her side. But the trouble started right here. That evening, Se-yeon saw a message flash across her husband's phone screen. It read, "Thanks for today. Let's meet again soon." It ended with a heart emoji. The contact name was saved as Team Leader. Se-yeon felt something was off, but she tried to let it go. Yet a nagging feeling wouldn't leave her. A few days later, while her husband slept, Se-yeon opened his phone. The conversation with Team Leader had nothing to do with work. The further she scrolled, the harder her hands trembled. Messages about missing each other, plans for where to meet next. And then a photo, a selfie taken inside a hotel room. The man was Jung-hyuk. The woman beside him had turned her head, her face half hidden. But Se-yeon recognized her instantly. The shoulder-length bob, the tiny star tattoo behind her left ear. Se-yeon had held her hand at the tattoo parlor the day she got it. It was Hae-yeon. Se-yeon ran to the bathroom and threw up. Se-yeon didn't sleep that night. Memories replayed in her head one by one. Hae-yeon crying during her wedding toast, saying, "Jung-hyuk, please make Se-yeon happy." The three of them blowing out candles and laughing on Jung-hyuk's birthday when Hae-yeon personally brought the cake. Every time Se-yeon mentioned traveling for a shoot, Hae-yeon would text, "You've got this, have a safe trip." All of it was a lie. On every day Se-yeon was away, those two were together. For an entire week, Se-yeon told no one. She smiled in front of her husband like nothing had changed. She replied to Hae-yeon's messages the same as always. And quietly, alone, she gathered evidence. She checked her husband's credit card statements. The same hotel appeared over and over. The payment dates lined up perfectly with the days Se-yeon had posted her filming schedule on their shared calendar. But the most chilling detail was the timestamp on Hae-yeon's cheerful messages. She would text Se-yeon, "Filming today, right? Good luck." And minutes later, her husband's card would be charged. Once she had enough evidence, Se-yeon walked into a divorce attorney's office. The lawyer reviewed the materials and nodded. "This is more than sufficient to establish fault. You can also file a damages claim against the other woman." Se-yeon replied calmly, "Please proceed with both." The lawyer asked, "May I ask who the other woman is?" Se-yeon paused for a moment before answering, "My best friend. We've been close for over 10 years." The lawyer went silent. Se-yeon made one more decision. She was a YouTuber. She had spent years showing her subscribers the picture of a happy marriage. She decided to tell them the truth herself. Her lawyer advised against it, warning it could hurt the case. But Se-yoon's mind was already made up. Saying that something built on lies was a lie is something I need to do myself. She scheduled a live stream. Se-yoon reached out to both of them separately. She told her husband, "I'm going live this Friday. Want to come on together?" She told Hae-yoon, "Let's do a friendship anniversary live for our 10 years. Neither suspected a thing. They both said yes. Friday evening came and the live stream began. Se-yoon greeted her audience with her usual bright smile. Her husband sat beside her, grinning. Hae-yoon sat across from them, sipping wine. The chat filled with comments like, "This trio is the best." About 30 minutes in, Se-yoon suddenly spoke up. "Everyone, I have something special to show you tonight." She pulled up the material she had prepared. Hotel credit card statements, screenshot after screenshot of messages, and then that photo. One by one, they appeared on screen. Junhyuk's face went rigid. Hae-in set her wineglass down on the table, the color draining completely from her face. Se-yoon looked directly into the camera and said, "This is the real face of my husband and my best friend." The chat exploded. Messages were scrolling so fast no one could read them. And then came the twist. Hae-in screamed, "Se-in, this is a misunderstanding. I can explain." Se-in answered quietly, "A misunderstanding? Every single time I posted a filming trip on the calendar, a hotel charge showed up on his card. You're calling that a misunderstanding?" Jung-hyuk reached toward the camera. Se-in blocked his hand. "Don't turn it off. You played the perfect husband in front of this camera, so let's end it in front of this camera." His hand froze in midair. Everyone watching knew exactly what was happening. The live stream ended that night, but the recording spread like wildfire. Screenshots circulated across every online community. News outlets picked up the story. Immediately after the broadcast, Se-yoon filed for divorce and a damages claim simultaneously. Jung-hyuk was found at fault, and the court ordered Hae-yoon to pay damages as well. Se-yoon told her lawyer, "It was never about the money. I just needed the lies to end." After the divorce, Se-yoon changed her channel's direction completely. No more perfect couple content. Instead, she began honestly documenting her emotions through the divorce, how to live alone, and the journey of getting back on her feet. The response from viewers was overwhelming. Comments poured in saying, "I went through something similar. Your videos gave me the courage to move forward." In an interview, Se-yoon said, "I almost lost the real me trying to pretend to be happy in front of a camera. From now on, I'm showing who I actually am." Being betrayed by the people closest to you doesn't just break trust. It shakes the entire world you believed in. But Se-yoon stood back up from the wreckage. She chose honest imperfection over manufactured perfection. Sometimes, the deepest betrayal becomes the beginning of finding the most real version of yourself. If this story stayed with you, please subscribe and hit that like button. We'll see you in the next one.